Lately there's been a lot of negative talk from the negative 304 delusional feminists out there about the passport bros. Now, you need to stick to the end of this till the end of this video, because this video is not political. It's not about race. But for this first time and last time, I am going to plead with the young black men out there at the end of the video. Okay? I have a message for the young black men at the end of the video. I have a request. Like I said, this podcast is for all men, all young men out there who want to better themselves, who want to wake up to the truth. But if you stick to the end of this video, I have a plea to the young black men, and I hope that they say yes. So the passport bros lately, they've been going abroad, trying to find wives that are more feminine, that are more in tune with what men want, and they cook, they're kind, they're agreeable, they have a very low body count, they are not hoes like in the US or the UK, other parts of the Western world. Now, for some reason, these hoes, these 304s, the reason that they're so upset is because they understand that their options are so limited as it is, because they're all going for the top high value men like they've always been, okay? So now when these men who have means to travel and find a wife elsewhere, and if more and more go, which they are, I mean, I don't want a wife from here. I just fuck women from here, and I'm moving to Dubai soon. I'm getting my affairs in order. So we don't want you. Okay, and I'm not talking to all women out there, because there's a lot of women that have a low body count, that are feminine, that know know that modern day feminism is insane. So I'm not talking to those women there, but to all the other women that are panicking because now you turned 30, that you're in your 30s and you can't find a man, or at least a man that is up to your stupid standards that you're never going to get, because you could have got them in your early 20s with a low body count, but you decided to be a fucking whore. So there's consequences to our actions, man or woman. We don't want you. We just want to fuck you. You're a hole. You're a hole that we spend our times with. You're a recreational use. You're a drug for recreational use. You are not necessary. We don't need you. You need us. So before all the feminists out there start posting stupid comments and saying, oh, we don't need you either, we don't want you either. Well, then why did you go to every single major media outlet complaining about the passport bros, making false accusations against them, sex tourism and this and that, and some of them calling them pedophiles? How are they pedophiles? They're looking for an adult female as a wife to start a family with. I don't want any children with you 304 hoes in the US and the UK. Neither do the passport bros. These are young black men who have woken up, not the bad woke, the real woke, the good woke. They've woken up to the truth. They don't want you. Leave them alone. You are ugly. Most of you are fat. You don't take care of yourselves. You're in your 30s. You're in your 40s. You've been rammed through more dick than a porn star. And then you want us to take you serious? And the thing is, the only time black men are supported in the United States is when it suits the woke agenda. But as soon as they do something that doesn't align with your insane views of the world, all of a sudden, where's the where's the rights for the black men? Tory Lanez, Andrew Tate, passport bros. All black men. But I guess I guess it's only bad to mistreat black men when it suits your needs. And to the men out there, I want you to understand something. It's not only that these women are offended because we don't want to take them serious. You have to understand, if we don't marry them, if we don't live with them or share a dwelling, they are limited as to how they can divorce rape us. Okay? They can't get our 50% in court if we don't marry them. This is a feminist agenda. This is an agenda, a very dark agenda, to take the money from the men and give it to the females. And they can't do that if we go abroad, if we have assets abroad, if we have our wives abroad, if we just come here, fuck them, treat them like shit, and leave to our wives who we love. They can't get anything from us. So it's not just about being offended. It's about the money that they're not going to get. It's the woke agenda that's not going to progress if men wake up to the beautiful women out abroad. They're beautiful, they're skinny, they're agreeable, they're feminine. In the US, the UK, they're loud, they're thick, they're fat, they talk too much, they're masculine. And then they go, oh, and I read this article about a comment about the passport bros some stupid hoe made. She goes, well, they can't handle us. They're not man enough to handle us, or something like that. Why the fuck would we want to handle you? Why would we have to deal with any stress for you? The men that you want are in the top 1%. All because of Instagram, because of all this Tinder and all this social media. See, you got to understand, back in the day, women were limited to their circle. Now they see all these things and they think that they can get these men far away, or, you know, they get a DM, they feel validated, which is fine. But they need to understand that they're just a smash and grab. We just want to smash. Why the fuck would we take you serious? Are you insane? How stupid do you think we are? You're not as beautiful as the women abroad. You're not as agreeable as the women abroad. You fucked 50 to 100 men by the time you're in your 30s. What? And on top of that, the laws here are all favoring the women. It favors the women no matter what. Unless there's a prenup, unless you're smart and you set up LLCs and your assets are hidden and abroad. And we're going to, by the way, my next podcast is going to be about leaving your woman with nothing in a divorce. But that's next. So that I kind of sidestepped there. So why would we do that when we can go to a country that the laws favor fairness, but not necessarily the men, just fair, common sense, not where a woman can marry a man and then 2 months later gets half of his shit. And nowadays, you don't even need to be divorced. There's laws in states. There's laws in states, a lot of states in the US and even in Australia. If you live with a woman for a certain period of time, it's like you are married. So you don't have to marry her and she could still divorce rape you. What gets worse? There are states that she doesn't even need to live with you for a certain amount of time. Meaning, she can stay at your house for a couple of days, leave her underwear there or her bra, and then divorce rape you. What gets worse? All right, it gets worse and worse. She doesn't even need to live with you. Okay? If all she needs to do is go to a civil court, claim that you sexually assaulted her or were abusing her. She doesn't need to file any criminal charges. And then you don't even need to be present in the civil court. And all of a sudden she gets an order without you there. And then the cops come kick you out of your house and she stays in your house, takes your car, takes your refrigerator, takes everything. So why would we risk all that? They're just mad because we don't want them. And the first things they're all going to say is, well, we don't want you. But you do. Because that's why you scramble when you're about to hit 30. And you're looking for a man that, and you end up with a man who simps. That you don't want, that you settled with, because you have no choice because you're old and you're a hoe. So don't stop the bullshit about we don't. If you didn't want the men, like the passport bros, then you wouldn't waste your time going through CNN and this and that and ABC and MSNBC. You women went to every single media outlet to complain about the passport bros. Because now you have even less options when men wake up and leave. And that's what it is. We don't want you. We just don't. I'm sorry. You made your choices. We made ours. Deal with it. We ain't going to give you half of our shit. We're not going to give you our fucking life and have kids with you and give you everything you want and have you yelling at night and handle you. I don't want to fucking handle you. Do you know how hard it is to be man? All day we fight with other men. We fight in court. We fight in business. We fight in the boardrooms. Do you think it's hard to be do you think it's easy to be a millionaire? Or to even have a good income, like 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, like not most men have? And then on top of that, we're going to come home and handle you. We need to be man enough to deal with you. What the fuck is wrong with you, you delusional cunts? What is wrong with you? Stop watching Netflix. Stop. All you need to do is stop hoeing it. Be 21 years old. Be agreeable. Learn to cook a meal. And you will get a millionaire. You will get even a billionaire. You're not going to get both. I'm sorry. I know it shows that in Netflix and all the stupid movies and shows you watch, but it's just Hollywood brainwashing you women. Now, you young men out there, there's nothing wrong with hoes and having fun with them for recreational use. They are recreational creatures. Don't take them serious. You don't need to. Dubai favors men in courts. Monaco favors the wealthier one in the wealthier one in the partnership. So if the man is richer, he gets favored. If the woman's richer, she gets favored. Monaco's divorce laws were created to prevent gold digging from both genders. So there's a lot of countries out there that you can live in. And even if you want to live in the US, you can. And I'm going to dive deep into that in the next podcast for tomorrow. How you can leave your woman with nothing in the US. But my point being, the juice is not worth the squeeze. It's like I'm squeezing a little orange. I'm twisting my arm or hurting my wrists. And barely any orange juice comes out. That's what a woman in the US or the UK or the Western world is. You can get way more juice for your squeeze abroad. Why would you even give them any relationship? Why would you give them any part of yourself? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Now, this next part, I want to make a pleading to the young black men out there. Like I said, the show is not political. This show is not, I don't even believe in race. Okay? I don't think any of that is very relevant. But since the woke mob, the lunatics, have brainwashed young black men, I want to plead with you for something. You are not a black man. You are a man. What does that mean? There's nothing wrong with you as a young black man having pride in your heritage, having pride in your black history, knowing the wrongs that were committed against you. That's fine. But you don't have to be a black man anymore because you are just a man. Because all they've been doing is using you for their woke feminist agenda. Okay? But what have they done lately? Any free-thinking black man, they put in jail. Tory Lanez was going against the record companies. There was no evidence whatsoever against him that he shot Megan Thee Stallion's foot. He's gonna maybe get sentenced to 22 years. No evidence. Andrew Tate, his father is black. Tristan Tate, father is black. They're both in jail. Passport Bros, they've been all over the news. It's a group of black men that want wives elsewhere. And they're being accused of sex tourism. And one of them will get charged soon. Watch. So don't believe the bullshit they tell you, because it's all the black men that they're putting in jail right now, because the only time black men have rights is when they abide by the woke agenda. If you don't abide by the woke agenda, you are not a victim anymore. And if you're not a victim anymore, they have no use for you. So join us. Join the men. Come join the men. Stop this black and white. They're dividing us. It's divide and conquer. It's the oldest trick in the book. They are dividing us because if a black man and a white man like me team up, they can't stop us because we're both strong. So they've divided us. So join the men. Fight the woke agenda. Fight the stupid fucking feminists. And let's go. Let's fuck these hoes. Make our money. You have to get your money right. This goes to all the men out there. You have to get your money right. Without the money, you are stuck with these hoes. You have no choice. You're going to have to marry one of them. If you don't get your money right, how are you going to go abroad to get a wife? How are you going to raise your children? You're going to be stuck with these hoes in their 30s and their 40s because you have no choice in the US. And then what little money you have, you're going to give them 50%. I'm always going to tell you the truth. My name is Vinny. This is Tough Love with Vinny. No bullshit over here. This is not a political show. I made an exception for today, and I hope the young black men join us. All right? Join me tomorrow. I'm going to discuss how you can leave your wife with nothing in a divorce. See you tomorrow.